Some of y'all in there now trying to pack your suitcase for homecoming, feeling all self-conscious and shit because you don't look the way you should have looked or whatever. I've been trying to tell y'all ass to buy the T, the NutriBurst, and the NRG for the last 10 years, but you didn't want to hear me, Nessa girl. Christmas is coming up. Drop down in the description box and click the link. Hopefully, girl, you'll be looking good by the next homecoming. Bye. There's something on my mind. I can't hold it in any longer. Girl, the people said if you was over 38 and you was single, that it must be something wrong with you, that it ain't gonna happen for you, that you must be crazy. There's something wrong with you because you ain't got no man or you ain't got no girl. It's the people telling the truth. Because you approaching middle age, you got your shit together, you got your career, your credit good, but you ain't got nobody. Wanna talk about it? Here you go. Now, so girl, I was down to the bar with the Honda Cars B last week having a conversation about relationships and friendships and feeling healthy and feeling good. And it was somebody who I'm friendly and casually friendly with that said to me that I was unapproachable and that when he first, he's a straight person, but said when he first met me that he, really felt some things and it took time for him to warm up to me because I gave off a very, intense energy. I forgot the words he used. And I looked at him half past ready to cuss his ass out because like Della Reese said on Harlem Nights, I want to know what it is quick trying to say. And so I looked at him and I said, well, why is it that I'm responsible for your insecurity? Or why is it that I'm responsible for your inability to speak to me or whatever the case may be? And it created for a very healthy and interesting yin-yang type of conversation. And the answer is probably somewhere in the middle. But as I begin to watch Insecure and get closer to 40 and just analyze some of the relationships in my own life, I thought it'd be poignant to have this conversation because I've got a lot of people in the same situation I'm in and we're going to talk about it. So let's start the conversation here. I got two types of friends, right? And I think all of us have two types of college friends. We got the college friends that got coupled off in college, or if you didn't go to college, wherever you went, got coupled off, married and had kids in their 20s. And then you got the rest of us who are, 38 and or above, and they're single. Now, here's what gets tricky about this latter group, especially if you are female. I'm 38 as we start approaching 40, 41, 43, and you do not have children, but you want children. Things begin to look a little dismal for you, ma. And we're approaching that age where we're going to have to begin to make some very hard decisions. Because fact of the matter is, if you're approaching 40 or you are at 40 and you do not have children, there are a lot of things that you've got to factor in. Number one, I will hope that you got enough decency and respect for yourself that if you get in a relationship or you meet somebody at the restaurant, at the bar, at the gym tomorrow, that you ain't pregnant from his ass 6 months later. That's just no bueno. That ain't what we doing. That's called hoeing. That's called oops, baby. We not finna go down to the boot camp class and meet John ass today and be pregnant by Valentine's Day. That's not what we doing, sis. Call me old-fashioned, call me judgmental, call me whatever you need to call me. But I honestly think you need to be full online with somebody for about 2 years for you talking about having a baby from them. But I am willing to make an allowance, seeing as so that time is not on a lot of our sides. I'll let you go a year. You need to be full out line with this woman or this man for a year before you start talking about bringing another life into the world. Now, that's just me. Some of y'all mammies wasn't shit. Some of y'all daddies got kids all over the world, and y'all just think you could wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and have kids with people. I don't believe in that. And I'm judging your ass if you do. So that's dilemma number one. Okay? You already 38, 40, 41, 42, 43. You need to be dating this man or woman for about 2 years before you start talking about making kids with them. That creates another situation. The other conundrum is, the older you get, I always say you're going to pay on the front end or the back end, but you're going to pay. Now, part of the beauty of paying on the front end about having kids early is that you 40 and you about done. Okay, I got a slew of friends. Their kids going to the prom. Good. The ones that's going away to college, they was hoes because they had kids early, and I'm only 38, bitch. If you 38, your kids, I don't give a good goddamn what you say, and a lot of y'all whores gonna be offended. But if your ass is 38, your child should not be in college. Something went wrong in your life, sis. Okay? You should not be talking about go Gators. Florida State. FAMU. You should not be going to Parents' Day at FAMU and you is 38. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. We ain't here to talk about y'all and make y'all feel bad because I'm sure your church already did, you young horse. Okay. But the other part about it is, let's just say hypothetically you do have a child post 40. Now you are 50 when that child is 10 years old and they trying to go to the field trip to the zoo and shit, and you in there with bad knees and your bike hurt and you 5 steps away from a damn knee replacement. Your hair is gray and everybody else mama is dipping it low, landing back slow. You see what I'm saying? So that's a whole other dilemma. But the beautiful thing, and I have witnessed in the workplace, I've witnessed a lot of my Caucasian counterparts, they do decide to have children post 40. And one of the beautiful things about having kids after 40 is, hopefully, you're set in your career. You've already ruined your credit and fixed it. You've already been around the world and you've gotten clubbing and partying out of your system. You probably own a home and got a little bit of equity in it because you've been in it for a while. And honestly and truthfully, there's nothing left for you to do in life from a material perspective that will bring you joy. So you find joy in family. I'm very responsibility adverse. I like to be fancy free and footloose, but I do know enough about me to know this. I am one of those people that could probably turn 47 years old, 45, and a light bulb go off and say, you know what, I don't done everything, I don't bought everything, I don't been everywhere. The only thing for me to do is pour into a child and explore the joys of raising a child. On the flip side of things, the only thing that'll keep me from doing it is because all my friends gonna be trying to go to the Time Joiner Cruise, bitch, because you know when you get older, grown as a girl, you got to go down to the Time Joiner Cruise featuring Earth, Wind, and Fire. What'll be left of them in 10 years? Stephanie Mills, Patti LaBelle, Lord forbid, she kicked the bucket. We already know Tina Turner on her way out of here, so she ain't even gonna be on the lineup when it's time for my ass to cha-cha slide down to the Time Joiner Cruise. But I'm gonna be trying to go to the Time Joiner Cruise for 7 days. And ain't nobody gonna watch your baby for 7 days. And then I don't want all my friends' kids to be 23 and mine 3. So that might keep me from having them. But that poses that problem too. You are a bit off-centered from the rest of your peer group, and everybody wants to run with the herd. Now that your friends don't got their kids out the way, they've been on their job for 30, 23 years, they got a little bit of disposable cash, they saying, girl, we going to Essence Festival, and you said, girl, I'm going to Chuck E. Cheese. Don't nobody want to do that. So there's definitely pros and cons to having children late and early. I do think having them late is the better thing though. But back to the subject at hand. You almost 40 and you don't have anybody. Some of us believe that we are fundamentally flawed or what is wrong with us. I'll speak to myself, about myself for a quick moment. My last serious relationship was at the age of 25 years old. I am now 38. I have not been in a relationship since I was 25 years old. Now, I've fooled a lot, I've dated, I've played around with some people for extended periods of time, but nothing serious. I did have, for the last 3 years, I did have 3 people on rotation that I was consistently having sex with. Now that's down to 2. Or whatever. With the random that I might meet at the club every now and again. But for the most part, for the last 3 years, I've been consistently having sex with 2 people. Now, there are lots of factors that factor into why people our age are single. They always say you ain't gonna meet no man in the house. I think for the average person my age that works a standard traditional job, Monday through Friday is a bust unless you finna fuck a nigga down to the workplace, and we all know that just ain't hitting on shit. That ain't smart. Abort mission. But a lot of us live a very routine life. You get up, you might swing by McDonald's and get breakfast. You go to work, you get off, you might swing by Boston Market to get you something to eat. You come home and you rinse and repeat Monday through Friday. Saturday roll around, you probably go get your hair done. You probably go around your mama house, your sister house, your cousin house. A friend might be having a birthday party, so on and so forth. Sunday is your day of rest, because Monday you got to carry your ass back to work and repeat the cycle. Does this sound familiar? Very mundane life. So for those of us who live those types of lives, you're not coming into contact with a new set of people to date. Unless you're very social. You're one of those people who you go to the gym after work, or you're part of a bike club or a boxing club, or some type of other club, or you're active in the community, you're active in the church. People who deviate from just the regular work routine, they have greater chances of meeting people. So I think that's one reason why people our age who are single. I think the other reason why people our age are single is because many of us sometimes have demands and qualifications that just are unrealistic. If you almost 40 and one of your criteria is a man with no children, then bitch, you looking for a sissy or a unicorn. Okay? Man or woman with no children, you looking for a sissy, a dyke, or a unicorn. Or a unicorn dyke and a sissy unicorn. Because it's just unrealistic. By this age, a lot of people have been in relationship, have had kids, and are probably going through divorce. Ooh, this nose ring is itching. Excuse me, y'all. Or probably going through divorce. That's just a fact of the matter. So if you almost put I want a man with no kids, then bitch, you want cats. Okay? You might as well carry your ass down to Hoarders and rescue some of them 50-11 cats that's going to be in old Janet in Wisconsin house. Because that's what you're going to end up. Now listen. At my age, I'm down for somebody with kids. But I do got a little criteria. They can't be no damn young kids, because, bitch, I can't stand them. I don't want no 3 and 4 year olds running around. I don't want to have to get up and go in the refrigerator. I don't want no mommy or daddy, can you pour me some juice? I want mommy and daddy, can I have some juice? Go in there and get it. Don't make no mess in my kitchen. That's where I'm at with it. I'm beyond changing Pampers. I'm not putting no stroller in no damn car. And I'm not doing activities I don't like. I like Chuck E. Cheese and going to the zoo. It's hot. It smells like mulch and giraffe shit. And I'm just not built for it. All right? So that's those sets of people. The other reason why some of us are single are just our own childhood and past traumas, and that's where I'm going to get in for me, and this is where I think can be beneficial for a lot of people. You got to take an introspective look at yourself, right? And through therapy and a lot of introspection, I have figured out something about myself. I think a large part of the reason why I am single is because I don't see the benefit of relationship. A little bit about me. I think I've shared this with you guys before. I have no example of relationship or healthy relationship on my mom's side of the family. My mom's side of the family is female dominated. Every woman on that side of the family had children, fell in love, or got married in their 20s, had children, and then after that never got with another man ever. So I don't have uncles on my mom's side of the family. It's all women. I had one or two of my grandma had 1 or 2 brothers, but they wasn't shit. And no example of relationship. So there literally is no I'm going to Aunt Tom and Aunt Janet's house on my mom's side of the family. Did not exist. Saw no example of relationship on that side. flip over to my dad and my stepmom. They had a relationship I know and nobody else on this planet would ever damn want. There was nothing magical, beneficial, beautiful, or desirable about the relationship that they had. For me. And now it might have worked for them, which I highly doubt it did, but they got through it. Nevertheless, because I did not see anything worth having, I was like, I'm good on that. Another complexity to that is I'm gay. Okay, so when I was growing up, gay was not the thing to be. You did not dream in that color. I did not have the luxury of dreaming in the color of relationship. I was not the kid in high school that dreamed about the wedding and the mate and the honeymoon, because those options were not available to me. I did not have any examples of it. I did not see it on TV. I did not see men in love on TV. And that's why some of y'all need to back off on it. Every time I turn TV on, I see two men kissing. You don't understand the magnitude of what that does. Representation means everything. A lot of y'all got to see y'all's love on TV. Y'all got to see what the perfect family or the perfect union looked like. I had no examples of it, therefore it was not possible for me. Therefore, I'm in the situation that I am in right now. Now, do I think I'm missing something because I'm single? Absolutely not. Because it dropped out in the comments and tell me I'm wrong, because half y'all in a goddamn relationship trying to get out of it or don't want it. I don't know how many people say, I love my husband, but if he die, I'm never getting married again. And you say the same thing about your kids. I don't know how many of y'all sit in y'all damn car for 45 minutes before you go in the house because you don't want to deal with your husband, your wife, your kids, or a combination of both. Okay? The third thing is, I think oftentimes people get in need-based relationships. Here is what I mean. Oh, I come from a broken family. I don't talk to my mama. My family not close. Oh, but his family, they real close. And I just love that family feeling. We get into marriage. Or, I'm a librarian or a school teacher. I don't really make much money, but he got a 6-figure job, so we get together. I can live good. That's a need-based relationship. You know what I'm saying? That is a need-based relationship. It's imbalanced somewhere, but when put together, it makes a person feel whole. I think part of the problem for people like me, when you've been single this long, you become fully whole. You have no choice but to be. I have nobody to split my bills with. I have nobody to share my emotions with. I have nobody to take my car when they get broke down. I have nobody to cut my grass when my grass grows. You begin to do it all by yourself. So you learn to become self-contained, both externally and internally, physically and emotionally. You become self-contained. When you've been self-contained for so long, it is very hard for somebody to step into your world and or do anything, or for you to need anything, or for you to operate in a vulnerable energy which exudes neediness, which a lot of people pick up on. And men and women both pick up on neediness. Women pick up on, oh, he may need some help around the house. He need help decorating. He need help folding his clothes. He need help putting his clothes together. He look bad. And men pick up neediness on the help. Oh, she need a man around her life. She needs somebody to help her with her son. Oh, she need a little financial help. Her car raggedy. Why her car always look like that? She need me to go with her to get an estimate on her car so the people don't take advantage of her. But when you've been single so long, you figure all those things out. So you just navigate the world as a single person. There's another quote that really changed my world, because the other curse of being single is, when you've been single for as long as I've been single, and a lot of us have been single, you're fighting an upward battle with my solitude. The quote said, the problem with people who've been single for this long is that your presence has to feel better than my solitude. Let me say that again. Your presence has to feel better than my solitude. That's deep. And that's the God honest truth. Because I'm going to tell you something. I get tired of people really quickly. That's friends, families, and lovers. I am so self-contained and so whole and so complete. I told myself I don't ever want to cohabitate with somebody again. I would be perfectly fine being married, and I'm looking at that window at that other apartment right there, and my person live in that apartment, or better yet, I'm looking across the water at downtown Miami, and they ass live across that bridge in another condo building, cross this damn water. Now they can have a key to my place, I can have a key to theirs. They can pop up unannounced because I ain't gonna be over here doing nothing. I'm loyal to you, but I need my space, aka my solitude. Your presence has to feel better than my solitude, and that's going to be a very hard battle for many people to fight. And I think that's the issue with a lot of people who've been single this age. Outside of that, some of us need to just come to terms with relationships just ain't for everybody. Maybe you just don't want it, and maybe I just don't want it. But I'm going to tell you what I have battled. I have friends who they get out of one relationship on Monday, and 2 weeks later they are in another one, going on dates, spending the night at the person's house. And then I had to tell myself, I said, well, they're dating down here, and there are more people available at the dating pool down here than it is up here. But I went through this thing where I thought I was inherently broken or something was wrong with me because I don't desire to be in a relationship. And it made me feel like I was broken because everybody around me is just in a relationship, or they get out of one, they dying to go on a date, they dying to be in another relationship. And I'm going to be very honest, y'all, I don't have those desires. Now, the question that we have to unpack is it because of my previous trauma and relationship examples that I don't have those desires? Am I traumatized in that regard? Or is it simply independent of that, I just